YouTube! We've gotten some comments, guys, that you guys want to start seeing some of the things I collect. I think we have an Aku clothing collection video already on the channel. But as far as today, guys, horror figure collectibles, I've really gotten deep into the last 10, 11 months. My good friend, Friday the 14th, Tony, part of Triple Flix Mafia. About 11 months ago, we went to Days of the Dead in Atlanta. And Tony, he bought a figure, and then I didn't know anything about it. I was totally lost. I seen him buy it, and I thought it was really cool the way it looked and everything. And then here I am 11 months later, and I'm knee deep in this collectible activity here, Tony.
Yeah, you've gone big time with the collecting so far, and I'm rather impressed. We were getting stuff out of your car, and I didn't realize how much stuff you really had. And it's in the 18-inch quarter scale line. You got some grail pieces here. I mean, this is pretty impressive, brother.
I have an addictive personality. Thank God I never tried heroin or anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to show you guys each piece that as far as my horror figure collection goes, and we're just getting started. And then as my collection grows, we'll make a part 2 or something. But yeah. Let's get started, man.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna go into the quarter scales first.
Yeah. We're gonna do the big 18-inch figures first, and we'll lead off with Leatherface.
First off, to start off the collection, we got the McFarlane 18-inch quarter scale Leatherface Gunnar Hansen. I mean, you take the lead on this one.
This figure was given to me by Tony. I really appreciate this, Tony. He's started off me in this collecting this hobby, and he gave me this. It was without the chainsaw, and I was able to finally track it down and find it at Replay Toys in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Shout out to those great people there. But Tony, I really appreciate this Gunnar Hansen figure collectible from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've walked out to the cage several times dressed as Leatherface. I know we've got one video on the channel here of me doing that. So check that out if you're interested. But yes, absolutely. Gunnar Hansen from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We got here the NECA 18-inch Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig.
I never thought that anything would come close for me of Gunnar Hansen's Leatherface as far as horror movie villains go, but Captain Spaulding did it, man. He's absolutely my second favorite horror movie villain of all time. I love me some Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, this figure is a tough piece to find. It is a very, very rare piece. Like I said, NECA brought it out. All these figures are motion activated. They have little speakers in them.
Let's check out the audio.
How can you follow that?
Captain Spaulding, the great.
Next up, one of my personal favorites, I had this figure as well in my collection, is I'm not sure the date, I think it's either 2005 NECA Kane Hodder Part 7 Jason figure.
Yeah, I really enjoy these big 18-inch figures, Tony. This is from the Part 7 Kane Hodder's portrayal of Jason Voorhees. Yeah, man, you want to check out the audio? Super cool.
Next piece we got here is an awesome piece as well. This is a newer figure that came out, I think, either last year or the year before. It is the NECA Real Toys Friday the 13th Final Chapter figure. What do you think about this one?
I'm a huge Ted White fan. Ted White played the Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 4, the Final Chapter. He's actually my second favorite portrayal of Jason Voorhees. Yeah, I really dig this. Now, some people, as far as collecting horror figures, some are in-box collectors and some are out-of-box collectors. I'm a little bit of both, right? Yeah. So I prefer them to be in-box. But as far as these 18-inchers go, I have collected a lot of the out-of-box collectibles.
Yeah, it's hard to find these still in-box, but this one, since it's newer, is an awesome piece. Me, personally, I have this figure as well, but I have it out-of-box just because it's so detailed. And this one is a whole lot more posable than these ones right here. It has a whole lot more articulation. But even in box, this one is beautiful because the box art on this one is amazing. Just the attention to detail that NECA took into these, and in the price range, these figures when they first come out, it's like $110, $120. It's amazing for the detail and the size of them. So
good stuff.
Yeah, they got me sold on these. Next up, another piece that I have as well in my collection, but I have it in box, which go figure, I have one in box and you don't.
Wow. But
this is the 78 Michael Myers put out in 2004 by NECA. Awesome piece once again. I really enjoyed the original Halloween. Nick Castle's portrayal, I really dug it, man, how he was ominous and quiet and didn't say a whole lot, but got business done. This has got some audio too. Let's check it out. If that don't get you ready. Another piece we got from 2004, also made by NECA, is the 18-inch Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. I don't know much about this piece. You know more about it than I do. Tony, I kind of went off on a solo mission and got this one. I did text you and ask for a price quote. You gave me an idea of what I should be looking for, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Just because I actually, one of my favorite ring entrances of all time in my career is when I went as Hannibal Lecter. And I know we posted a video of that on the channel here. The ordeal that we had to go through the day before the fight to find the gurney or the dolly or whatever you call this was a situation. So y'all make sure to check out that video here on the channel on the cage entrances. But yeah, this is Anthony Hopkins and his portrayal of Hannibal Lecter in the original Silence of the Lambs. Let's check out some of the audio here.
Good evening, Clarice. The census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Pity about poor Catherine, though. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock.
Anthony Hopkins just keeps talking, bro.
Yeah. Another release in 2004 by NECA, this Freddy figure. I'm not the biggest Freddy fan. I'm not sure if you are.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is in my collection only because the lady gave me a great deal on it, Tony. I'm not a Freddy Krueger supporter. I don't endorse his movies. Oh. I'm not really. I don't get down with Robert Englund like that. I don't really like my serial killers to crack jokes in the middle of killing people. I'm not a huge Chucky fan. And I consider Freddy Krueger right along those lines. And yeah, I'm just I can't say anything positive about the brother, man, to be honest with you.
You just got this in a package deal with some other figures.
It was in a package deal, and you know, if he wants to have fingernails and wear tight sweaters and things like that, just people in my hood, we don't get down like that, Tony.
No. Now we're moving down to the 7-inch line. This is a NECA retro figure of Captain Spaulding. I really am a fan of these figures. I have all the Friday the 13th. I really like these because they use actual cloth clothing on the figures themselves instead of plastic. But once again, it's Captain Spaulding.
I absolutely love Captain Spaulding, as you know, Tony. This piece was given to me by Chatty Bobby 1130 from Triple Flix Mafia, a good friend of ours. I think you actually gave it to him,
yep.
And then he re-gifted it and gave it to me. God bless you, Chad. I appreciate you, brother. I really, really enjoy this piece in the collection.
We've cut down the scale on these now. We're going into the 7-inch line. Mainly here, what we're fixing to go over now is the NECA Ultimate figure line. First up, we got here Gunnar Hansen once again as Leatherface. I really like this figure. I used to have it. When I cut down my collection, I got rid of it. But
this is where I start trying to keep things in box. I really like these NECA Ultimate collections. I want to get them all, to be honest. All the slashers. I want to get every single one of them. It's disappointing that when you told me this is the only Leatherface that they've got. I think you said there was like an Atari or something.
There's an Atari video game version. It's the same figure, but just painted green.
I'm going to try to get it, absolutely.
All right, now we're getting into my bread and butter. I have every single one in this line, and these are my favorite figures that NECA has come out with, and this is the Part 2 Friday the 13th NECA Ultimate.
I appreciate you throwing that up in my face and rubbing that in that you've got them all, Tony. All of us haven't been collecting as long as you. Give me time, brother. But yeah, I love this Steve Dash from Friday the 13th Part 2. Part 2 is actually my second favorite Friday the 13th movie. And Steve Dash is my third favorite Jason Voorhees portrayal. But yeah, man, I absolutely love this Steve Dash figure. This was given to me by Harley Richardson. Sweet lady that is wife of my cohort here on the channel, Chance Richardson,
AKA
the director. But thank you, Harley.
What we got here, this is the Mezco 1/12 collectible part 3 Jason. These figures right here are more on the upper scale of price range. You're looking at probably $80 to $100 for these. But you pay for what you get for with these. A whole lot of articulation with these. Cloth goods. I mean, they're just awesome figures. But the movie's just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. Friday the 13th Part 3 is my favorite Friday the 13th movie out of the whole franchise. Richard Brooker is my favorite Jason Voorhees portrayal. Nobody's ever come close to matching him. Number 2 would be Ted White, but Richard Brooker, by far has got it. But yep, this is not the NECA Ultimates. This is a little bit different. The Mezco, like Tony was saying, and I'm going to get into these. Are there any other Jason Voorhees in the Mezco?
No, this is the only Jason they had. They also have a Michael Myers that was released before this one, and then they just came out with a Freddy Krueger as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to let them keep the Freddy Krueger, but I'm definitely going to go get that Michael Myers.
Yeah, and then they also have in this line as well, they have an Ash from the Evil Dead in this line, and then they have a double pack of the zombies from Dawn of the Dead.
Cool. I love the zombies. I love Dawn of the Dead also.
So they're really cool figures. It's a double pack for those. And we're back into Ultimate line once again. Another one of my favorite figures I've had. I got this one as soon as it came out when it was released, I think two and a half years ago. But you got the Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason.
Ted White, huge fan. Just like I was talking about with the 18-inch, this is the 7-inch and the Ultimate from NECA. Big Ted White fan and love this piece, man. I'm going to get all these Jason Voorhees in the NECA Ultimate collection.
All right, I will be honest. This is probably my least favorite figure out of the Friday the 13th NECA Ultimate franchise that they put out. When they first announced this, I was in an uproar about it because I wanted Roy. I didn't want a dream sequence, Jason, but, you get what you get. I still have the figure. It's part of the collection.
This is probably the newest figure to my collection. It was given to me by Chance Richardson. You may be familiar with him, Tony. But great guy. He gave me this, and we added it to the collection. I'm glad that it comes with the white hockey mask.
I do like that.
From the VHS box art of the VHS tape.
I like the worm mask, too, that has the mask with the worms coming out of it as well. It's just, I wasn't as excited when this figure got announced as I would be when Roy got announced.
And this Jason only got about probably 2 minutes of screen time.
If that.
Yeah, right.
All right, we go from one of my least favorites to one of my favorites in the whole line. I was super stoked when this got announced. I got it day one, and that's the Roy Friday the 13th Part 5 figure.
The imposter Jason. The guy that wasn't Jason Voorhees. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of this. I like Part 5 more each time I watch it. Well, the first time I watched Part 5, I hated it. But each time I watch it, I gradually like it more and more and more. And now I'm a big fan of Roy. So
it's probably got one of the most cult followings out of the whole franchise than any other movies, I'd say.
Yeah, and it really is a good movie. It just... there's nothing I can say bad about it. I love it.
Yeah, I like this figure a lot. It comes with a ton of accessories. I, of course, had to pose mine with the hedge clippers. It's one of my favorite kills out of the whole movie.
Yeah, but Deborah Voorhees got it with the hedge clippers.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite figures in the whole line.
And we can say very endowed lady, a very,
very
beautiful young lady, Deborah Voorhees. Yeah. Let's keep it moving before I get myself in trouble.
All right, one of the newest Ultimate figure that's been released is this Halloween 2 Michael Myers. Really dig this figure. It comes with a lot of accessories as well. As soon as I got it, I had to put the bloody mask on it. That's how I see my Michael Myers out of Halloween 2. And
to me, super cool that they included the white mask of the mistaken identity of the teenager that I guess just he went as William Shatner that Halloween, a blonde William Shatner, and Loomis wrongfully thought it was Michael Myers. It's super cool that they included his head in this.
Yeah, and I like the little pumpkin with the skull that opens up and everything from the opening credits and all that. It just really... They go into their attention to detail with NECA for the price point is unbelievable with these figures.
And it's a shame you just told me that there is no Halloween 1 NECA Ultimate figure.
Now there is older NECA figures from the '78 movie, but I think it's a licensing issue with the original movie that they don't have. So yeah, this figure is awesome. I really like it.
Super cool. Halloween 2, Michael Myers.
All right, the last figure to ring up the whole collection for him is the Laurie Strode Ultimate Halloween 2018 figure. The first ever Laurie Strode figure to be released, I think, in figure form. So, yeah, it took me a while to actually buy this one. It took a sale for me to buy it. I wasn't going to get it at first, but then I said I need everything Halloween 2018, so I bought it.
Right. I had to pick up the Scream Queen, man. So I think she's one of the pioneers in all this, so I was happy to add her to the collection. All right, guys, that's my horror figure collection. I really dig this. The collection is going to keep growing. It's going to get bigger and bigger. I'm like a big kid, you know. I can blame Tony for getting me into this crazy hobby, but Tony has a great video, guys, of him showing his entire Friday the 13th collectible horror collection, and it's going to be right here. Bing! Right? So click on it. It's on the Triple Flix Mafia page channel. I'm not real savvy in this. Please subscribe to Triple Flix Mafia if you haven't yet. They got a lot of great horror content. And absolutely. You want to close with anything, Tom?
I appreciate you joining me in on this video. It's a lot of fun. I love talking about these horror collectibles. For the short time that you've been collecting, you got some grail pieces in here. So, I mean, you've done pretty well in a short time of collecting. So, I'm rather impressed there, buddy.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, guys. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Peace!